So welcome to the Laura and Benny Show. Thanks for having us. We've got our second couple of our couple series, as I'm calling it, our couple series. We've got Síona Sean, who got married on the 6th of August 2023, almost a one-year anniversary.
I know, yeah. Went so fast, didn't it?
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It really did.
It did. Yeah. It flew.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. Yeah. I keep thinking like, oh, this time last year we were saying, you know, we've so many months to go or whatever. And like, how did that?
It's crazy.
Flies by.
Yeah.
And what about the day? Did the day, like in that sense, did the day fly by, or did you kind of actually get a chance to slow down and enjoy it, or was it a whirlwind?
I think it was a whirlwind.
I felt different. I didn't think it was, but I think
that was the lack of hair and makeup for yourself.
Probably was. Although I did forget my suit.
Yeah.
I was going to bring it up.
Gotcha.
Do you know about the forgotten suit?
Do I know about the?
Oh, this would be so funny if you did.
I don't think you do, because there was this, right, so we got to Radisson Blue, right? So one thing I want to mention was it was gas, because we pulled up in the morning, right? I got a lift with the lads, but we pulled up your house across from each other and stuff like that. So that was kind of gas. Were you sneaking to look out the window, or were you trying not to look out the window?
Oh, I think we passed each other on a few occasions.
Oh, really?
I forgot a few bits and I was like, I'm coming into the house.
That's gas. So I arrived, the lads were outside playing a bit of basketball, and kind of like all the boys were there. And the wee fella, what's the wee fella's name? Finn. So Finn was playing basketball. One of the lads was being a bit rough with him, I remember. I was laughing. He was like, it was competitive. He was like, I'm gonna dunk on this 6-year-old. But so I think.
Was Luke an adult?
He was one of the groomsmen.
Oh yeah, it was so funny.
Physically is an adult, yeah.
But like, we were laughing because there was a few lads, and I remember one of them, he was like, getting really competitive and bashing the basketball, and two of the lads were like, give the lad a chance, like that thing. So I think all this was happening, right? Yeah. And we all just loaded into the car because we were like, quick, because you wanted to go.
Yeah.
But like, we were like, we'll get a fun shot with the basketball.
But how long, Sean, before you realised you forgot it?
Oh, so we were laying everything. It was gas. We were laying everything out. Yeah. So I want to kind of tell this story because it kind of helps people kind of like in the moment, like.
Don't forget your suit.
Don't forget yourself. But two, just step back and go, what's the easiest solution? Yeah. Because like. In the moment, you were just like, you and your mate just turned on your heels like, we need to go. And you were just going to go in the car. Yeah. And I was just like, whoa, what happened? So I think what we did on the slide, how you don't know, was I was like, is there anybody before you make the trip back that can sneak over to the house and check and see is the suit there? So, but we were like, we can't tell you.
Dee brought it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I put all the best man's and the groomsmen's suits in one room, and I had left mine in my own bedroom.
Okay.
So then the best man went up to grab the suit and grabbed everything. 4 instead of a fifth.
What he thought was everything.
Yeah.
But you were making sure, right, that's all the lads.
But it was only until they were all pretty much dressed, weren't they?
I think, like...
It was around...
because
did you have a point before that? I think
we had to, because we got there very early, didn't we? Yeah.
I think you got there and it was comfortable. You checked a few things and you were happy and you were like, do you know what? Let's get a point before we get dressed. Let's not get in the suits early. Get a point, you know, settle down.
A few pictures.
So I think everybody was pulling their stuff out.
Yeah.
You were maybe helping out Finn or something.
Yeah.
And then you was kind of like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
There's one counting bags and it was missing.
Sean. And so that was pretty.
Don't have a domestic now on the podcast.
Still loads of time.
I think we had a rates and rates of time.
Podcasts as well, because there could be one coming up.
But was that all you forgot? Just the suit? That's all right.
But my heart fell out of my...
Oh no, it did, because you like if something happened, so it could be like the green envelope or shoes have been forgot. It's amazing the amount of lads who just forget shoes, because I suppose there's such a simple thing in a smaller box. You can get all the big stuff. And
did you bring your shoes? It's not the suit.
I don't think I had shoes either. No. I had nothing. I was
nothing.
Shorts and a t-shirt. You know?
But if you step back, it was like you were going to go in the car one way and come back. And then I think if you had done that, like you're going in the car a little bit faster probably than you should, and then you're throwing away that time. So it was just kind of like, hang on, can actually anybody just grab it and bring it to me?
Yeah.
So it's like if someone like forgets the green folder, forgets the rings, you'd be surprised.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
to have that calm head there in the room was the saving factor.
That's all I'm good for.
But that's easy. It's easier for us though because
we're disconnected.
We're disconnected.
Yeah.
It's not my suit. It's not my wedding day. So it's easy to be like, hang on a second, there's an easier solution.
I think he definitely saved the day on a few occasions. That morning, I'd say we were the most chaotic wedding party.
I think everyone says that, but you weren't. You were just a normal wedding morning. That's what a wedding morning is, Sheila. Honestly,
Do you know you see some pictures and it looks like they're just sipping, prosecco, and they're having their croissants or.
That was probably like 2 seconds of the whole 2 hour
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
That's the two, isn't
But
it?
you think that's the normal.
Yeah, because that's what people
we're
portray
forgetting our
online.
Spanx. I couldn't find my Spanx the morning of
So
the
funny. It was actually so funny. Like literally,
Yeah.
like the Spanx thing was just like you were telling me, like don't be in any hurry because we're missing a suit, and I'm going, that's grand because we ain't getting Spanx here.
And the neighbours were outside and they were like, oh, Sheena. And I was like, I can't stop. I've forgotten my knickers.
That's gas.
Thanks for the well wishes.
But you both got there dressed.
Yes,
which
we
is the
did.
main thing.
Yeah.
That's it,
It's the main thing.
Yeah.
If that's the worst that's going to happen on the day, then
Yeah.
I think you're
And I think it
lucky,
was.
yeah.
I don't remember anything else.
Yeah.
Don't think
No.
there was any
Or
other.
anything.
And do you enjoy your moment? So you're probably like, it's probably like, just so people have an idea, probably a 20-minute spin to Radisson Blue from your home,
Yeah.
thereabouts.
Yeah.
But like, did you like the idea of getting ready at home rather than going to the hotel? And did you like the idea of, do you know what, the hotel were great. They gave
Yeah.
you a space to put on the suits and
Yeah.
everything like that. So how
Yeah.
did that work out? Did you like that, or would you have changed that up?
I was definitely happy to be at home
Yeah.
and where I was kind of comfortable
Yeah.
and like that if I'd forgotten anything, my
Yeah.
house was across the road from my mum's house because it was likely it was going to happen. And then it was just that moment of calm in the car
Yeah.
driving to the Radisson and you're kind of going, wow, this is it.
Like, yeah,
this
because
is-
you went in the car with Fia and your mum, isn't it? Your daughter
Yeah,
mum.
and my dad was in the front.
He was in the front,
Yeah,
yeah.
and my brother-in-law drove us. So it was lovely to just have those few minutes. And our wedding, the song that I was walking down the aisle to
Yeah.
came on as we were on the photo
Just
roll.
live on the radio, like?
Just on the
Live
radio.
on the
Oh, that's
radio.
gas.
And I was like, wow, this is...
That's a
meant
nice,
to be.
That's a nice bit of magic, isn't
It
it?
was like a nice bit of calm
Yeah.
going and just to kind of get your head
But
around
one thing
it.
I remember from the morning was really nice because you've got a son Finn and a daughter Fia, and it was really nice because Finn got to hang out with the lads basketball and putting on suits. But like it was so lovely, like you dressing Fia, and
Yeah.
she was really like what was she 3 at the time? Was she
3,
at
yeah.
the time? But she seemed to really grasp the whole idea of a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I think that was like our favourite part of the day was having the kids there, and experiencing that with them. But she was great. She was so in the moment as well, wasn't she?
Yeah, she wanted to put your shoes on and everything at one stage.
Yeah.
She was great.
That's
Yeah,
good.
no, it was lovely because they were more excited about this wedding than.
There was
But
so
I
much
think
hype
that-
about it for so long.
Yeah.
All day. She was asking us for nearly 6 months. Is the wedding?
When's it
today?
happening? Yeah.
And, so.
Yeah.
When am I getting married? And
Yeah.
So it was, they really enjoyed it.
But
yeah.
Finn definitely embraced that. I mean, like getting ready with the lads and kind of the lads they were good. They were like fixing them up and stuff, and you could kind of see that he was enjoying the moment, whether it was like putting on the flowers or helping someone or fixing yourself, pretending to fix it.
He
up
loved
or
it.
whatever.
He loves being about that kind of thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
So he really embraced it, and the lads were great with him, as you said.
That's good, yeah. So it is like it's a great family day, and it's great when you have your own kids, isn't it? Because they can really enjoy it. Like,
Because it's their day too. Like I know
Oh.
you're getting
Yeah,
married,
yeah.
but it's a family wedding,
Yeah.
so it's all of you getting married. It's lovely. Yeah,
It
really
is.
The pictures, I find like looking at the pictures now, having them in them,
Yes,
it's just
you'll
it
never,
can't
you'll never
compare.
get that back.
Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't
you're happy
like,
you've done it that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't like for
Yeah.
us to have them pictures on the wall without the children in it.
Yes,
you
exactly.
know?
Yeah.
'Cause it's our family.
It's
like,
definitely your day, and it's definitely your family day,
Yeah.
and then it's get to see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So lovely, it really was. I just thought it was really special because even when I was editing the photographs, because I obviously didn't spend the morning with the lads and vice
Yeah.
versa, but when it was flicking between, because like we do it in real time where it's like exactly what Sheena's doing, it's exactly what Sean's doing, and it kind of goes between the two. But seeing the two kids with the two of you, I was like, they're not even my children. I was like, oh, this is very lovely.
Yeah, and it was lovely to see the like flicking back and forth
the
between
timeline.
us over there and the lads.
Having points.
Yeah. While I was probably running around looking for my Spanx. It was lovely. It was.
Yeah.
The Spanx thing was hilarious. At one point I was like, if you can't find them, I have loads of Spanx. I don't live too far away. I will give you my Spanx.
For God, and I put them in a safe spot, and sure enough, I found them the following day. But
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But sure, look, it doesn't matter. You got to the wedding. It was all good. It was all good. It was all good. But you had the ceremony and the rest of the day then at the Radisson. And I think one thing from your wedding day I will never forget was Sheena was like, I'm having an outdoor wedding.
Yeah. That was all
Come
I
rain, hail or
wanted.
shine.
All I wanted out of the day was just to
An
be
outdoor wedding.
outside.
Yeah.
That's nice because
And
it was a good summer's day or week, But then there was this kind of, like today, there's kind of like thundery clouds, kind of, you could tell the humid air was kind of like, is it happening, is it not? It could like not happen all day, or it could just be like,
But when I woke up and saw the lovely day, I was like, that's it, it's in the bag. Like, hadn't even crossed my mind that it would change. You know, I just woke up, looked out the window, and I was like, right, that's it, it's going our way. And then we got the phone call to say that
it's looking dodge.
Yeah, and to be
or
fair,
the nervous kind of bit of it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was just like, look, it is what it is. So obviously really deflated. But to be fair to you, Laura,
I was having none of it.
You made it.
That's
happen.
again going back to the whole experience side and
Do you know what? If we get, there's a window there, we can just give it another half an hour, an hour. You know, that type of thing as well.
Like, I had literally just walked in the door, so it meant it was about 2.5 to 3 hours before the ceremony was to start, and they were calling it. As in they were saying it's not happening at all. Now, if the ground had been soaked from a downpour or something and we were on grass, I would have agreed with them and said, you can't bring your guests out onto wet surface. But it wasn't that it had rained, it looks like it may rain. And it hadn't rained in days. So I was like, can we not just wait? I was like, it's to the point where I was like, Benny, tell the staff that even if like everybody has to pick up their own chair and walk it inside, Sheena doesn't care. She doesn't care.
You were that kind of adamant,
20 minutes beforehand, everyone pick up a chair and bring your chair back inside. She's fine with it.
But I wouldn't have thought to say that, you know, like you were so right. Why are we making this call now? And then it was like, yeah, you're right. Why are we making this call?
But it worked out so well.
It was perfect. As I walked down the aisle, there was a few drops of rain.
And in that moment,
I think everybody kind of had that moment of, don't do those now.
And just sat down, and Sean was like, Sheena, I think we're going to have to move inside. And I was like, just shut up and smile. Literally said that. I was like, shut up and smile. Because
when it changed in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I fought the venue so hard. Stay outside, it's about to rain on us.
No, but some of the girls were saying their partners had no sooner taken their coats off to put over their heads.
Oh, it was seconds.
And it was most definitely gone.
Yeah. Oh,
definitely. And it wasn't even a shower, it was just a couple of spits.
There was definitely someone.
But it was magical though to be outside, and it actually ended up being a very pleasant day outside, as in like it wasn't too hot. There was no wind. Like everyone was kind of comfortable enjoying the ceremony.
Outside till 5:30, everyone was outside.
And it really was. And I say there was probably some red faces there the next day.
Oh, there was plenty of sunburn. I think I got a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But,
no, people don't think it's sun lotion on a wedding day. Sure I would.
No, absolutely not. But no, it turned out perfect. It was exactly just the vibe that we wanted, kind of. Like you're in a beer garden with all your friends, your nearest and dearest. Just keep it kind of casual and light, and it was.
Because we did the night because we had a lot of people travelling, nearly 95%. So we did something the day before, the evening before.
You had 95% people and you had 5% that's how you get
that's the way it went. But we did something the night before so that both sides could kind of meet and introduce each other. And we got to meet people then we hadn't seen for a while. So we wanted that away from the day so that the day could be there for us to enjoy, not going around.
And we'd said her kind of, because all my mum's siblings would live outside Coven, the same as my dad. So we got to say the big highs and everything.
Yeah, you got that kind of icebreaker first hour that can be on a day of just saying hello, how are you, and the kind of catch up thing. You kind of got that over that.
Pressure then that if you didn't get to go around and spend too much time with everyone, nobody would be offended, or not that they would, but it was.
It gave us more time for ourselves as well. In that we weren't getting up between courses going, we need to go over to the table.
It's actually a really good idea if you can do it at all. It really is, because I think there is some days and like the couple will at some stage go, God, this is very overwhelming, and it's usually in the drink reception where like there's almost a queue of people like just wanting a second like a moment with them, a selfie with them, a chat with them, a hug kind of thing. If you break that up,
but it's good advice, I suppose, the night before. So the tricky bit is so the night before, so the advice to people is, if you have a chance, if people are travelling down, do give people that time. I know you might be doing lots, but like if you give people that time, it might help on the day of. But then the tricky bit is kind of like pulling the handbrake, not going too wild the night before, particularly when you people travelling down in a hotel.
I wonder why he forgot his.
Oh, it's going out now.
I didn't go to. It wasn't because Sheena ran everyone out of the house at 11 o'clock.
So luckily I was across the road.
Okay.
I came over for something. Two of the other lads were after arriving up with a bag of cans. Not like they weren't part of the wedding party. JJ, when
they were like house party, let's go.
Yeah.
They thought this was a good spot for a sesh.
Yeah, the groomsmen were. And I was like, Martin.
You seemed fresh, now in fairness to it.
Yeah, it wasn't so
Was
bad.
it Martin's doing, because we did your sister's wedding as well, Aisling and Martin. Was it Martin's doing, was it?
Oh no, it was Martin, the other Martin, the groomsman. I pulled him aside and I was like, this is getting a bit out of control. It's 11 o'clock, we're all up early, and to be fair.
Did they actually pull the plug?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. It's good. Because you normally get one or two groomsmen even that are
twitching,
ropey, seriously ropey. Everybody else might have stopped, but then there's one or two groomsmen that are like, they're feeling it the next day.
And you totally get it.
Yeah.
You know, you're in like celebration mode. And
Well, you're excited.
Yeah.
You seemed fresh though, in fairness to you, the next day.
I wasn't too
You
bad,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, you seemed fresh. I didn't. I wouldn't have
That
thought
was
you were
after
out.
the bottom fell out of him. I realised he forgot his food.
Recovered after that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It was fine. It wasn't. It was alright.
Yeah, no.
The fresh air in the ceremony probably helps. That outdoor ceremony probably was
Certainly
way
did,
better than
yeah.
being
Yeah.
indoors in August.
Yeah.
But the ceremony itself was really nice because you had Linda Foley doing.
Marvellous job.
She's so lovely,
Amazing,
Linda.
Oh, just we clicked from the minute we
Yeah.
met her.
We did.
I couldn't imagine anyone else having
Okay.
done the ceremony. She just really makes you feel at ease, and
She takes her time, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But like not in a slow way, but in a kind of, there's no rush. We're going to enjoy
Yeah.
this moment, and she knows how to set everything up lovely.
Yeah,
and
she was so great to deal with,
Yeah.
like from start to finish, and
Yeah.
we got the vibe off her that we wanted a day of like relaxation and just almost to do the formal stuff, and then a party afterwards.
Yeah.
And she just aligned with us in that kind of thought about a wedding. So we were like, she was the one. We met others and they were all great, but we just clicked with Linda.
She stood out,
yeah.
Because with Linda as well, she's great for like, some Sullivans kind of, they all have their different way of doing things, but Linda's very good at like, you know, seeing there's a moment happening and not stopping the moment, because as again, like there's no hurry. So like, I know that you actually had like 3 different songs, didn't you? For like, so Finn and Fia, your son and daughter, they walked up together, which was very sweet. But I remember because Fia had like a little basket of petals, and do you remember when she got to the top? She was trying to.
But I think she got so excited that she just ran to you.
She did,
Yeah.
and she wasn't doing the traditional.
She forgot her moment.
Yeah, so she just saw me and ran to me.
Yeah.
And that was when I picked her up and we kind of emptied them out
Exactly.
together.
It's just one of those epic moments.
It's such a brilliant picture that you caught as well.
But if Linda had been like, oh, you know, come on over here and sit down, like don't be like that wouldn't have happened. So she's great. Like those little things. I know it might seem silly, but if she had interfered in that moment, like because it was a great moment.
Yeah, it was.
between
Absolutely. The picture of it's class.
No, it's gas because you're now a flower girl.
Effectively, Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe someone would have stopped that from happening.
No, because sometimes they kind of like they stand out and they're like, "No, sit down, come on," and it's like there's no
very structured.
She lets kids be kids and she lets things happen, and it kind of creates memories. It's lovely.
Yeah, and even after a consultation, you kind of walk away from her feeling like you've known her your whole life. That she was there for the whole journey and she captured it very well as well.
That's a great personality trait to have that, to make you feel at ease that you're kind of like, I totally trust this person or totally get them.
And the change of the 3 songs as well was lovely, because it really gave, like, you know, the kids and then the bridesmaids and then your dad giving you away. It really kind of set you up for, okay, and then the next part's happening. It was lovely.
It was, they walked up to, you've got a friend in me.
Yes.
So we were like, that will get the crowd.
The
tears flowing.
And it's class. Everybody loves that. Like,
and he just coaxed her up.
He was minding her, Finn, in fairness. He was very good.
Oh, he's the best.
Because it's a long enough aisle when you're outside, because you're kind of coming from the very back of the garden.
That's right,
You're almost walking like you're walking an aisle before you start the aisle almost. It's so long for the kids.
Yeah, that little patch just before you reach the bottom of the aisle. I was like, wow, I've got to do this.
That's it.
This again.
I'm having flashbacks. Was there giggles? Was there something that happened just before the aisle?
My veil got caught.
That's right. Because I was stood there and I looked at Linda, because this felt like it was taking a long time now, and she said, I think Linda said her veil just got caught. And I was
you were snagged on the bench. I literally fell over myself running around behind you.
But you were so good about it. You didn't throw a strap or something. You were just like just laughing.
That's, I suppose, when I was back there.
See, I told you saved the day on so many different occasions.
It's the 3rd one now,
That's gas. Was there like moments in the ceremony that stood out to you, or something that you really liked, an element that you decided to do that you really liked? Was there something in the ceremony that you think back and go, that was good?
Well, Sean, to be fair, you kind of didn't want much.
No.
Do you know, Linda gives you all your options.
Yeah. You can make it very long. You can keep adding.
Yeah. And we were getting to the point where we kind of didn't have anything in the ceremony.
I do.
Come on and light some candles, please.
No, candles were always going to be lit.
Yeah.
Just sand and tying knots. I just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah,
we did the passing around of the ring and the ring box. Yeah. So I liked that kind of.
Yeah.
But you had the kids light the candles, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
So that included the kids. That was really nice.
Okay.
Yeah. That was our big thing, just that the kids could be a part of it.
Some sort of action. Yeah. And most people do default for the sand, but like you said, if it's not for you, I think it's important that you kind of go, no, that's not for me. Thanks for the suggestion, but we'll just rather do light candles or whatever it is.
Yeah, and like she gave us our options. We just chose one of them. But
I suppose if you think about it, like, I mean, some of them are like they're odd enough, like in a sense of, you know, tying a rope around each other and standing there. Some people might like the idea of it, but if you actually think about it, just standing in front of 100 and odd people tied together. So if that's not something that you're going to be into,
like my mates would just slag me through. It's like not doing that. Like.
But also, like, do you know, you're so nervous and you're jittery and you're like, I don't really want to concentrate on anything too much here and get it wrong. But no, it was perfect.
One of the main compliments we've got as well, because there was a few people who went to ours that had never been to civil ceremony. So one of the main compliments was, it was quicker, but it was really personal. It was more about you than anything else.
Because Linda does the kind of little backstory, the little backstory about you guys.
She sent you the questions the week or two before, and you fill it out and send them back.
And I'd only been to Ashton and Martin's, which she were there for as well, and that was the first one. And that's when I kind of realised that's the route I'd like to go down, because she had her two kids there as well.
Yes, that's right.
And they were, I was like, this is very
really nice.
personal. It was.
Yeah. And did you do your own vows? I can't remember.
No.
That's why I don't remember.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
Was it half an idea, or were you kind of like, again, that's just not for us?
No, I don't. I don't think we really had much of a discussion on it,
I'm not good with words anyway, so
that's fair enough.
Yeah, it would have been. I don't think we discussed it.
As kind of like saying, I want outdoors and I do want this or don't. It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't have to do 1, 2 or 3 because you think you must. Like,
you
and those ceremonies are really flexible, aren't they? Yeah.
They are, to be fair, and like there was times where you say, should we be doing more? But I think it worked out.
Stick to who you are.
Definitely was.
Always stick to who you are. Yeah. You don't want your friends laughing at you either. I mean,
for sure.
For sure.
You know,
you never live it down.
But it was short but sweet. It was lovely, you know.
And then you did the receiving line with all the guests as well at the end, though, and they all congratulated you on the way out. Did you actually enjoy that when people were
I loved
congratulating
it.
you? Yeah, because some couples can be on the fence about it. They're like, I'm not too sure whether I want to do it, kind of thing. Is it something people still do? Actually, the majority of people still do it, but it's kind of like, I think it's nice to say hi to everyone.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Definitely. And I got to see a few friends that I hadn't seen at that moment for ages, a couple of years, you know, and it was at that time, like, I just saw them.
And the excitement of just, you just got married.
But just seeing
because you're on a buzz, aren't you? You really are. Like,
absolutely. I was just so overwhelmed by everyone and their reaction and how happy they were for us. Of course they were going to be, you know, it was our nearest and dearest there. But I loved that. It was,
that's really good. Yeah.
But even I just sat down during the ceremony and I was kind of zoning out, just looking at the faces.
It's amazing. It's like out of body. It's like you're getting married, but you doesn't feel like you're here. It's weird, isn't it?
It is. It was totally out of body. I felt like I was just looking at all the faces, and I was kind of like, right, back to the moment. Do you know? Back here now.
Bring yourself back.
Yeah, it was lovely, and I love that we were facing the guests as well. That we did get to see everybody.
No, it is really nice. I think it kind of calms you a bit sometimes because, as you said, you're looking at your bridesmaids who are either supporting you or making you laugh, kind of thing, or vice versa with the groomsmen, kind of thing. And even with your two kids as well, at least then you could watch them and they could watch you. And if they wanted to stroll over to you, they could. It wasn't like you can't go over to your mum and dad, kind of thing, which is really nice.
It just felt like we were sitting there with everyone. It was nice.
Chilled. Yeah, no, it's really nice. And then because when we spoke to you, because we have the chat before the wedding to like get a feel of who you are and what you want, and I remember Sean was like, drinks reception, I'm having the longest drinks reception I can, kind of thing. We were like, do it, let's do it. But it was good though, because we were able to do the photographs on the grounds as quick as we could, kind of thing. And then you were able to go and actually again spend time in the garden.
That was our biggest thing, just have like as few formalities as possible and just be present.
Like
the drinks reception is always my favourite part of a wedding. You know, you're catching up, you're chatting with people, and the fact that it was outside, I was like, if I get it outside, I want to every last minute. So we decided to have the speeches then outside so that we could prolong that.
But that's like, and that's something I love, is because like speeches in the drinks reception, it kind of wasn't something you would have seen years ago. It only started to creep in, but it's starting, thankfully, to get really popular, especially for summer weddings. Yeah, because there's something really nice about standing around. I think was it less nerve-wracking, do you think, to be standing in a garden and everyone's kind of standing around with a drink than it would have been to stand up from a table in a banqueting room and everyone's sitting looking up at you?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at public speaking. So I would be either way, but I can understand people who may not be comfortable doing it, preferring it to do it in a more relaxed setting. Absolutely. Then as opposed to being up on a stage in front of everyone and everyone is staring at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there was still people walking around getting a drink and stuff, and
You're not making them sit here and listen to me for as long as I tell
you. Again, just like we were all just, you know,
but there was a great variety of people. Like they were sitting down at tables, and then other people were standing around, and then people were kind of milling around certain tables that people were sitting at that were close within that kind of circle. And I think it added to the atmosphere where the gentle heckling or the fun or responses or encouragement.
You
that
might
was all
have
kind of
gotten
going.
those reactions if it was in that more formal kind of, we're all sat at our tables. Absolutely. You know,
it was maybe more. The crowd was more in touch. Maybe is probably what we're kind of saying as well. Like with everybody that was speaking.
Because at one stage, just when Finn started his speech.
Well, that was brilliant, because you didn't know your son was giving a speech. Now he's 7, to put a bit of context to this. He's very young, kind of thing. But you had organised this beforehand, didn't you?
Yeah, we'd been practicing it. Well, I had my speech well in advance done, because I was like, because my best man, I was groomsman for him.
Okay.
And he will happily say he wasn't as prepared, and I felt I don't want to be the night before reading it.
Sure.
So then that was something I had, and one of the main things in my mind was I'm not looking at my speech 2 weeks before the wedding. I just want to know it and forget about it. So me and Finn for months had been, anytime I dropped into school or collect him, he'd take it out of the glove compartment and he was reading it.
Oh, very good. That's clever.
But on the day then of the morning, he said he didn't want to do it.
You didn't know.
I know.
He didn't want to do it.
He got a little nervous.
Yeah, he said I might leave it off, Dad, and I wasn't going to pressure him to do it.
Cool.
And then kind of after the ceremony, we asked him again, and he was like really enjoying the attention. And I said, okay. So he was like, yeah, of course I will.
Cool.
So but that's when he just started. I looked around, and all our friends and family, and the sun was shining. We were in a garden. Everyone was having a few drinks. I was like, this is exactly what we wanted.
And you made your wife cry.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that veil. I had that veil up covering my face. I was like, Lauren, Benny, now I'll be getting my ugly crying.
Because you had done so good all day. Was that the first time you cried all day?
I think it was.
Yeah, like you really kept it together like throughout the whole day. But this broke you.
Yeah, I'm an emotional wreck at the best of times. I'll cry at anything, a movie, like a YouTube video. I'm emotional, and I was so worried about the music. Music does something to me, and violin, like, oh my God. Yeah. We were listening to the songs, trying to decide, and didn't I just cry the whole time? Sean was like, you're going to be a mess. So I held it together pretty well, but I think...
that was the
he's 7 and he got up to do a surprise speech. It was brilliant. Because you weren't the only one crying. There was other people in the crowd crying as well. There was.
Did you start with knock knock? Who's there?
Sheena
McDermott.
Well, he actually wanted a different knock knock joke, so it took a long time. He wanted to do it was knock knock. Who's there? Daisy who? Daisy me rolling. That's what he wanted to do. That's the 7-year-old boy's mind. And I just kept going, Finn, it's hilarious, but I don't think it works. Do you know? So then we were like, how can we get something with Mammy in it? And then we came up with that. And
very good.
I love that.
That's good. That is so like it's kind of it's a spin-off of his idea.
Yeah,
like,
it was
his speech.
He just wanted to just do a knock knock joke and leave it.
Just drop the mic.
Like stand up or something. And I was like, no, you'll have to say something.
Knock knock was his concept.
And did a few people get a recording on their phone of it, so you have the little feature of him talking? Did you?
I've got it sent to me. I'm sure
I
have
that
somewhere.
Because you have to play that now at his 21st or something, just to embarrass him.
Oh, he did amazing. It was just.
Yeah.
No, I was like, that kid is only 7, and he's like there on the like. He's not just on the mic saying something; he's smashing it like he's doing knock jokes.
He wasn't like I didn't have my arm around him, or even shaking. I was so proud of him. I was like, wow, because adults that can't do that, like.
Not that they really can't.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
No.
But that was a serious highlight of the drink reception. But like, obviously, the focal point of the drink reception, because you're here kind of wearing 2 hats today.
Yeah.
Your couple got married. We did your photos, but you're also the couple behind 360 and me.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go. The faces to 360 and me.
Finally getting the faces. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
But there's a nice story to this, kind of like how you kind of like, do you know what, we could actually do this, like, and just get hold of it, isn't there? Like
there is, yeah. It was probably the year before the wedding, around August. We saw videos of them at events, and we said we'd love something like that at our wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
We really did want one.
Yeah.
But we did a bit of inquiring, and I suppose like we had 2 small kids. We just bought a house. We were getting married. Our budget.
Life is expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The older you get, the more expensive it gets. No one told me this. So like we got the prices back, and we just felt that we couldn't justify it within our budget to pay the same as maybe what we were paying for flowers or something like that. And so we kind of discussed it, and I then did a bit of research as to where to get one, and did a bit, I suppose, market research as well in terms of would it be needed, is there do people want them? So we kind of came to the kind of joint decision that we'd actually go away and buy one for ourselves. And if we could have enough weddings to pay for the cost of it so that we got it at our own wedding for free, then we had memories of a lifetime for free. And it really, it was I felt it was a huge risk. Knew nothing about business, knew nothing about weddings, nothing about events. All I knew was I googled, there was 23,000 weddings in Ireland in 2022.
Exactly.
And in the 70s there was only 300 left. So I said there's definitely weddings every day in Ireland. So I can get enough to pay for this so that we can have it for our own for free. And after that, what happens happens. But
I suppose the instinct was you wanted it, so therefore people like me are going to want this.
It was just so fun. You capture like the fun that people are having. It's not just holding a guitar or something. You're they're interacting with each other. They're having a laugh. They're a little bit out of their comfort
But it's giving you amazing social media content, which is what we all want, isn't it?
Like we did it. We went on it ourselves at the wedding. Then we went to New York on our honeymoon. There was one on Brooklyn Bridge. And we did that. We mashed the 2 of them together.
Oh, did you?
Like, oh my God, we have to.
We were in New York the week after your wedding.
That's right.
And we were on the Brooklyn Bridge running around ourselves with the phone next to your man, pretending we were in 360.
I was like, I'll show him 360. We told the podcast in the last one, but it's the gas one of it. And your man's like laughing at the paddy over there now, trying to do a 360.
It was actually, there was a lot of them on the bridge, so we were there.
But and it's like in New York. There you go.
But we had a go at yours on your day, and it is brilliant. The quality of it is brilliant. The kind of the editing, the template editing in the software, and the output that it gives straight away is brilliant. The speed up, the slow down, the variety of it is brilliant, isn't it?
It is. It's very good, and it's all customizable as well. So I have a wedding this Friday night, and it's I kind of learned from you a small bit in that way. It was like, I need specific information, as in they get to choose a song, like a written overlay. So I do like a call with them, similar to like you do. I don't do it face to face like Skype or whatever, but
just a quick call, kind of get the information.
But you realise having more information, actually that's going to help the product.
100%. And that kind of breaks the barrier down between me and the customer as well. That they're like, oh, you can talk to them and you become familiar and things like that.
I love that your wedding actually was the actual start of 360.
Yeah, it was we had a few events done before that, but afterwards it kind of really blew up. And it was the garden. It was having it in the garden.
Having it outside as well.
Because your wedding, obviously we were there, and it was amazing, and the guests were loving it. I think guests weren't even using it once. They were getting back on with different combinations of people over and over and over, because it was right in the middle of the garden.
It was,
but that's the only time I've seen in a drink reception. I was hoping I'd see it more afterwards, because it's a mighty idea.
It is,
Now I know weather is very much it has to be a good day. And you have to be careful with the setup and stuff that's in the middle of a garden or whatever it is. But it's not something that just can be for the band time.
Absolutely
any time of the day.
We've had a few since as well.
Okay, good.
People generally will ask when's the best time of day to have it, and I'll send them 2 videos. I'll send them an example of the night time, and I'll send them our one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I go, look, this is your possibility, or this is your possibility.
Yeah.
A lot of people use it to break the ice between kind of two different sides of families who maybe don't know each other or things like that. It's a great way for everyone to just get up and like lose all their hairs and graces and just have fun. And it's a great way.
Because I love watching the older generation use it. It's so
I
funny.
do as well.
It's either like pure confusion as to what's happening right now, or they really tried to copy what they saw the person before. It's so
they make
funny.
the funniest videos. We had done a event for a bride to be was at our hen party. So they booked us and inquired and like that. Geez, never thought of.
Hens is a good idea. Stags as well.
So and then we did the wedding.
Okay.
Yes.
And she was on it with like, her grandmother, and it was just this lovely transition.
Yes.
Okay.
Of like
really
kind
nice.
of the party, and we were able to mash the videos, and it was just like she came out with this video of each stage of the wedding.
That's actually a really good idea. Actually, to like have it at the hen, and then like, and now here's me on my wedding day. It's kind of like it's almost like a reel or a TikTok. But like
it is,
way better because this was my hen and this is my wedding day.
It's unbelievable. There's so many people we've done like almost a journey for. We've done weddings and christenings and weddings for one brother and the other brother, and like
you kind of get into groups and families, don't you? When you get to see
definitely with something new like the 360 camera that a lot of people haven't seen it. So
that's right. It's still fresh.
Actually, for the people, because we're just talking flippantly as if like everyone knows what a 360 camera is. Now I know it's kind of like self-explanatory, but just to kind of like paint a picture for people, Sean, like how does it work for people that have never seen it?
Yeah. So basically, there's 150 centimeter circle, effectively a platform you stand up on. For ourselves, we have the option of just having the platform, or we have an LED enclosure which is 9 foot high, full circle around you, barring an entrance. So we've the two kind of,
and it's got the lights and
it's got LED lights on the inside, which kind of gives people.
So if you can't go to New York, you can use the lights.
So it kind of gives people the security as well that some people are like, oh, everyone will be looking at me, but when you're inside this.
If you're in a function room, it does offer you that little bit of privacy that you're not.
To go wild, you
start pulling funny shapes and faces.
Anything inappropriate?
Well, the bride.
Because you're right. It's like in the camera booth, pulling the old style, pull the little curtain across, and then the funny faces come out. So I could imagine the difference between going into like this little cubby hole, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we can be mischief in here,
exactly,
bit of fun, like.
So we have the two. We've with and without the LED enclosure.
Cool.
Effectively, Benny walks up and stands on the platform. He gets a few simple instructions. We turn it on. It rotates about 4 or 5 times.
And it's on an arm. So people don't know. It's on an arm. The camera's there, and it spins right around.
Spins around you in a 360 degree.
Yeah. So you can be on it by yourself, or you can get a few people on it facing the camera, and then it's a bit of crack.
And that's kind of it. You come off then. You go to our sharing station, which you go over to the side, and you just instantly download the video.
And I think that's the most genius part about this is because I know with the photo booths and stuff before, yes, you get a printout of, this is a photograph of me having fun with some stuff. But this is digital, which is what everybody loves nowadays. It's immediately on your phone, which can be then shared onto all of your social media platforms immediately. And it's the immediate part that I think people love. Like, I'm still at the wedding. Here's a post of me in a 360.
And it's I even noticed as much at the weddings that someone might come on it first and they'll get the video and they'll scan the QR code or airdrop it or text it. And then you can watch them walking away showing everyone. And then within minutes, like...
It's like,
that's cool. Well, what is that? What do I do in there?
When setting up all the time, I get it. Is it a trampoline? Because to be fair, with the enclosure without the fabric on it, the lights, it's just like poles. It does... I can understand it. And I'm like, no, it's not a trampoline. No.
That's gas.
So you always get the, what's this or what does that do? Or where do I print the picture? And it's like, no, it's a video. You download it.
It's short and sweet, and the platform itself does not rotate. It is the arm.
That is good to actually tell people.
So Granny can go on it.
Granny can go on it.
Or Andy in the heels.
Exactly. And you're not gonna. There isn't enough insurance in the world to cover a
No.
platform.
Yeah.
So So it's and it's short and sweet.
And kids must get it. They must. I know my niece, like if you show her like a 360 photograph where you can spin it around and stuff, they just understand it straight away.
Yeah.
So kids must really kind of get this thing and have fun.
I did a communion 2 weeks ago, and there was a little boy who was just turned 1 on it.
Okay.
Oh, stop.
And I'm going to share them. I asked the mother recently.
Was he even like standing or
walking? He was, because of the light, because of the arm has a ring light on it. He was fascinated with it.
Oh, that's
and eye contact is everything.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he managed, but he turned the whole 360 watching
that is class.
it.
Oh, he was kind of going with it.
Because I had it on super slow for him because I was like, I don't want him to get disoriented. And it was just brilliant.
So you could do this for weddings, communions, confirmations, 21st, first.
Yeah, like when we initially started, we just thought weddings.
Weddings, obviously.
Like you name an event now. In the last 18 months, we have done one of it. Like.
As long as you've got enough space to put it in, I suppose you're grand. You don't need that, as you said, it's 150 centimetres wide. Yeah. Bit of the arm, and then that's your space.
That's it. If you have the enclosure, we generally say like a standard round table in a hotel is the size we need.
Okay.
Not right there, it can be in the corner, but that just gives a good
type of space to be comfortable,
and that's it. But like every function room is a corner that there's nothing in.
That's right.
And it does look impressive, especially with the LED enclosure. People are drawn to it.
And you can do it obviously evening time or in the band, or if somebody wants it for a drinks reception, that's an option as well. Just to encourage.
Yeah, it really is, especially in the summer coming up to the nice weather, out in a beautiful garden, something. We did a communion in Little Island 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Communion, and that was outside.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Castle a communion we did one outside. With the backdrop.
The garden.
Wow,
that's it. And I think it's really nice as well if you can put it outside and it works out on the day for the weather and everything. But like to have the couple on it. But then it's 360 them, but it's also getting their entire venue, which is amazing. Like that's actually a really nice way to capture this is my venue as well.
Yeah,
and the thing about it is I suppose you don't have to worry about what if it rains? Just bring it inside.
That's it,
Do you know?
It's not
there's no
we're
problem.
Going home, like,
It's not cancelled.
The setup time is a couple of minutes. So if it did turn out to,
if you had to take it down emergency, like if you were insisting on your ceremony outside, it started lashing rain and we all had to run inside. It'd be easier to do 360 than bring the chairs in.
100%. But it's just so funny that we wanted one and we just didn't think to the extent of where we are now with the business that it'd go to where it has.
That's great though. I'm delighted for you that it's busy and everything. Like
imposter syndrome sometimes.
I think everyone feels that way with something new though.
And it's very enjoyable. I mean.
It's great when people they're on there. Like people say to us, we're sick of wedding side things, and it's not. You're hanging out with people and they're in good form all day long. But you're coming in and like they're having fun, and you're giving them something that's going to be more fun. So it must be great crack interacting with
it really is.
Just seeing the different generations go on it and catch those moments.
It's the amount of bookings we get from a booking.
That's testament to this is good.
Sometimes don't you?
We have our social media and stuff, but majority of our bookings now for this year, next year, and the year after.
I saw you at my friend's wedding.
Or my friend told me about you.
But that's compliment to you as well, because that's a recommendation as well, saying that they went to the event. It was brilliant. We're really happy with it, and you tell your friends get it kind of thing. It's really good.
And it is nice to be part of someone's days.
Oh, it is, it is.
Even massive part. We've,
no, but it's still part of it. It still adds to their memories.
Either
way.
And I suppose that's another thing that we're saying. Like you say, it's nice to be part of someone's day, but you understand as well that it's someone's wedding, so you actually show up to it, isn't it? It's not like you're sending out a crew just to handle
for smaller events, communions, birthdays, there are two.
You've a bit of a team,
But we majority do them as well. But they are there to help out. But weddings, it's us all the time, because as if something's to go wrong at a party or maybe a communion, you can fix it on the spot or whatever. But a wedding is their biggest day of their lives. You have to give.
So you know this inside out. So you know all the kind of things of I need to restart something or reset something or whatever it is. You'd rather be there and ready to go and fix it up.
Really would.
And that's testament. I think that's to most people. Like we were talking to Truly Diverse Kieran, and he was like, it's someone's wedding. If you take the book and you have to show up type thing. And it's like that. It's a wedding day. And it's great that you understand.
And ours wasn't that long ago that we know that too.
It makes a big difference, I think, if you've actually actually gone through the day yourself as
Yeah.
well, I think you understand the gravity of it a bit more.
Absolutely, because I wouldn't even like to contemplate something going wrong at it.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. It never does though, and if it doesn't, no one knows.
Yeah,
that's true.
Say
That's
nothing.
also true. But no, So we're there operating all the time. For weddings.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But it was a huge highlight to your day.
Yeah,
huge.
Oh,
I thought it was huge. It really was. It was massive,
yeah.
and I think all the guests really enjoyed it. It was really, really good.
Although it was gas. One of the lads was sent to the van, and you were like, "You can't miss it." This was like what you mean we forgot it? And you were like, "It's in the back of the van. It's so big you couldn't miss the he sent one of the lads down who was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." He was dying to like do something, and he hadn't really got a job, so he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So he went down to the back of the van, and like he came back, and he's like, "Don't think it's in the back of the van."
And it was there.
Well, there was 2 white vans next to each other. And the one he looked in happened to be open as well.
Okay.
And that wasn't my van, so he brought me up, and the
forgive
doors were open, and he was like, "It's not there." I was like, "Well, that's not my van." So we tried to close the doors.
You couldn't miss it.
That's why Sean does all the events himself.
Don't you just have delegation. Just get a delegate.
Guys, I just remember seeing your face like, you couldn't miss the thing.
It's massive, you know, like how I don't.
But it is actually it's now that I have flashbacks now. It's tidy. It comes in some case, like you say, it's easy to take down. It's reasonable to move around. It's not like this really awkward thing.
No, it's just
very tidy, isn't
it's
it?
like a giant briefcase, a
Yeah.
flight case,
Yeah.
4
And
wings,
you
and
see the bands kind of feeling in.
Yeah, it's class. Yeah, very clever.
And
Yeah,
like the
brilliant.
case just tucks away in the corner and
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's ideal. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So, and then you went into the banqueting room. We leave 360 now in the garden. We leave 360 in the garden. But I remember, because one thing I wanted to bring up as well, because like you guys were really like, as you said in the ceremony, you were doing your own thing. You weren't doing things because it's what other people do. But you continue this because you didn't do a wedding cake, did you?
No, we didn't. I got the idea that I'd love a cheese board. I was like, who doesn't love cheese?
Yeah.
Every night out, every girls' night, everything. It starts with a cheese board and a glass of wine.
Class.
And that is me out and out. So I just thought it would be different.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went up to the English market and
Because you did it yourselves, didn't you? You put it together.
Yeah. Sean made the cheese board.
Class.
the actual board.
Board, and we got decal from a cousin, say cheese, and the
I like that.
the wedding,
And the Radisson did an amazing job.
Oh yeah, they put it together.
So you sourced all the food. You kind of went up and enjoyed the shopping for all these different variety of stuff, and then you set it up. You get the lads. You handed it over to them and said,
"Do
your best there."
Pinterest pictures,
something
like this. Here's a cupcake stand, but it's for the cheese.
Yes.
You know. And they
nailed it.
Yeah,
class.
They probably did
really good.
a better job than I would have. So yeah, we went in and we cut the cheese.
But you know as well, it kind of summed us up because we were talking about getting a cake, and then I was like, I don't think I've ever had a piece of wedding cake at a wedding.
Yes.
And if you don't, and if you're not a mad sweet tooth, like I'm mad into the sweets, obviously, but like it's kind of like if you're not into it, you like if on your night out, savoury, So it's like again, stick with your personality or find an angle that is your personality, and how can you work that in?
And the Radisson, like the food, there was just food non-stop.
Okay.
It's so much food in the wedding.
Yeah, you did the canapes, then the meal, and then there was food at 11, and then there was more food coming. I was like, there's going to be no time for cake, but there's a little bit of cheese if people want to have a nibble. Sure. And then we were able to take it for a day too. Then and set it all up again. So it was I just thought it was something different. I hadn't seen it.
But you're right as well. Like that, sometimes it can be, and I'm all like, oh, people should have cake in their reception. I'm like, as early as possible.
But the 360.
But probably why I go on and joke about that is probably because people don't get a chance to have the cake, or you don't always get a cake if you're a guest. You don't always
get to see it. It's caught in some of it's given out at the 11 o'clock food, as you said. But then it's more, it's kind of like use the day too. But if you're not really excited about cake, I get it. If you're not, you're both not cake people, then do something different. I like it. I don't know if you actually realised though, like how much you stuck to your own personalities throughout the whole wedding day. Like the amount, like loads of people mean to.
Yeah.
And then just the whole hype of, do you know, the day and the suggestions you get from people and the suggestions you get from social media and people in your ear kind of saying, oh, but you have to.
Yeah.
There's no have to. There's no rules. Well, there's certain things you have to do, like sign a register and, you know, like formalities in that sense. But like, if you want to do the speeches in the drinks reception, you can. If you don't want to do speeches, you don't have to.
Exactly.
And like, I think people need to kind of really start to understand, and they are beginning to kind of come around. But you did it the whole way through. You did everything from, you did the ceremony the way you wanted to. You include your children the way you wanted to do.
Absolutely,
you brought the 360 into the drinks reception, which was a big thing. You had a nice long drinks reception, which was something you really wanted. And then there was no cake, there was cheese.
That's great. Yeah,
we did. And you know, it's like you said, it's your day.
Yeah,
everyone always says to you, it's your day.
Yeah. But people don't actually listen to that though.
Yeah,
they hear it all the time, but they don't listen to it.
It can be caught up, whether it's family or just even people going, what are you doing for this and this? And then you go, oh, I must do something. But like you said, maybe I don't want to do something for that. Maybe I'm okay with just either doing an alternative or not doing it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Like, the thought of your wedding day is quite overwhelming.
Yes.
Do you know? Yeah. So to know that we were doing it exactly the way that we wanted to, just kind of got a bit of comfort almost. Do you know? Yeah. There was nothing I was going to be outside of my comfort zone with. So there was nothing to worry about.
You seem to be on the same page though about a lot of things, that it wasn't like, you know, Síona really wants this, but Sean isn't really kind of like like you understood each other's wants as well. Which is
definitely. And even
13, how long? 12 years to talk about it before it finally happened.
But like even just having the speeches outside meant that we could just go inside, and it was just like eating a meal with our friends.
Well, it does kind of break it up that like you had the daytime part and you did all the, like you did the ceremony and the speeches, the things you kind of felt that you needed to do, but you enjoyed doing them. But once you left that area, it was the party part, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that was one of the main things I kind of emphasised on. It was like, when will you ever get that many people travel from all over the world to see you? Yeah, and you should be with them. You shouldn't be doing different tasks. Yes, there's a few things, get a couple of photographs, you know, do a few things here and there, but spend as many minutes with those people as you can. 100% right.
And I was like, I'd be all for the more candid photographs, and you nailed it.
I mean, you were having the crack though, you made it easy. Like, I don't think you stopped laughing all day.
No, I was like, I had to remember my chin when I was laughing, but I didn't. I just smiled
but you were just looking so happy, it didn't matter, it really didn't.
Some of the pictures on the dance floor that she caught as well are absolutely
but your dance floor was great crack. You had Electric Circus, wasn't it?
They were absolutely.
Who was the little girl in the pink dress again?
Shane's daughter Zoe, my niece. Zoe.
Because
you got one, like she's levitating.
Ball of fluff, wasn't she?
Oh my god.
Even some of the she's like a star in some of them pictures at that.
She was giving it socks. I love kids at a dance floor.
She is a performer anyway.
Oh, 100%. You can see that.
It was like she was levitating. Those pictures are amazing. She's like a floating bonbon or something in the pictures, you know, with the dress.
But your dance floor was packed, in fairness to it. Like the minute the first dance, like you did do a first dance, didn't you? Yeah. What was your first dance song? Do you remember?
Paolo Nutini, Loving You.
Yeah. Nice.
I kind of, that's what I was saying, because I was like, you're the only other couple that we've photographed their wedding that had Paolo, because we had Paolo Nutini at our first dance. And in the last 10 years, you're the only ones that have done Paolo Nutini.
Hard choice to make, isn't it?
Hard choice.
It is. But it's it's nice when you pick a song or an artist that actually he's our artist type thing, you know, like there's some sort of connect. Or you like listening to,
we went to see him actually before the wedding, wasn't it?
Brilliant. Lucky, because we couldn't get those tickets.
It's great, like.
Laura got so excited.
I did buy the tickets.
That she was like, oh, there's another date released. And she just got on and bought tickets. I was like, did you check the date? Yeah, we're free. I was like, we're not free.
To be fair, it was a Wednesday in Dublin, so I didn't even look. What did I have? A wedding on a Wednesday.
It was gas. So we couldn't, because I think he when his new album came out in the last couple of years, like he did a few gigs and we couldn't get that.
And he was good as well.
It was very good.
Trying to pick a song, you know, that's not kind of your mainstream. Kind of, because we're not like that anyway. You love your music and stuff.
And did you mind doing a first dance? Because I know lots of couples are like allergic to a first dance.
Okay, maybe that was a little outside. The comfort zone.
Having the kids there was such a get out of jail free. 10, 15 seconds, then it was like, come on, kids.
And then the focus is totally put on the kids, though, isn't it? Like people don't mean it, but they will watch the children.
They do, and that was that definitely helped. Yeah. But there was just one point where we were on the dance floor, and Sean's a big Oasis fan, and I love them as well. And I don't know which song it was now. It was definitely Oasis, and everyone was just around us.
Yeah, and that's right. You were in the middle.
I just spun around and got to see everyone. It was just again like
the energy. It was just one of those moments that was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, and this is us. Like this is Oasis playing. It's
and I think because I remember like he did the first dance with the kids and everything, and then the dance were just mental. As in like it's one of those weddings where I remember like when you find it hard to like get in to get photographs, you know the dance floor is hopping because there's no room out there. And you're climbing on chairs and stages and you're squeezing between people to try and get shots. But I think the way you did the day though, and the way everything was so relaxed and so casual, and the fact that you did everything kind of earlier in the day when it came to speeches and stuff, it gave people a break.
It certainly did, yeah. It was more relaxed. We got... Again, I said it, we wanted the formalities in a party.
Sure.
And I think the guests gathered or kind of took that on as well.
It gave them a second wind almost. Really like nobody seemed like, there's another part happening. They were all like out there.
And the entrance into the room, did you enjoy that? Because again, like it was like, you wasn't just like, we're going in the room, we must do the speeches. It was like, I think the entrance was fun, like wasn't it? People were letting loose.
The
Aslan Crazy World.
Okay, brilliant.
And that always gets people on the
street. You did the whole bridal party, didn't you? Because they came in going a bit mental in front of you.
They went first.
Yeah.
Signed, sealed, delivered, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a little break. My best man got everyone going. I told him to go in and cheer everyone up.
And he did. Yeah. Like he went mad.
And then, and then it was us. And like again, it just kind of was contagious. The relaxation and the fun part of it.
And that probably set a nice buzz for that room. We're in a new room and it's like, this room is fun.
Yeah.
And it's like you can enjoy the meal and you didn't have any formalities to do in that room. You could just enjoy yourself and enjoy the meal.
The band were amazing.
They are a very good band, aren't they? Yeah, they are, fairness. But before I forgot to mention as well, because it was Darling Buds, didn't it?
Yes.
Because I wanted to give them a bit of a shout out on this because they did an amazing job.
Wow. Yeah. They were absolutely gorgeous and...
Because they did the bouquets, didn't they, for the girls?
They did.
And also the boys.
Yes.
But then they went beyond that. And they did decor as well, didn't they?
Yes. The flower pillars and the sign, better together, wasn't it?
Yeah. At the end of the stairs.
Yeah. Yes. And that was like another photo opportunity, a backdrop for people, as well.
It was like a photo wall for people almost to go and take their own pictures for. It was great.
They went above and beyond. Breda is just so lovely to deal with.
Yeah, superstar, Like we still have I still have my buttonhole
class.
And like the flowers.
Did you dry them or did you
They were artificial.
They were artificial. Sorry.
Well, that even shows you how good they look in the photographs. Like looking back at the photographs, you wouldn't think it.
They're silk bouquets. So
I actually totally forgot they were. I just had in my head they were fresh. I don't know why.
I have them on the windowsill between two photographs.
That's brilliant that you get to keep them.
It's amazing.
The
bridesmaids got to keep theirs as well. Fia got a gorgeous flower crown as well. Yeah. They were gorgeous and just she nailed the concept as well. I'm not very good at articulating. I have a vision, but I can never. I can see it, but I just can't.
You know what I mean now.
I'm just hoping that you can hop into my mind and see it.
You can just plug that out.
That was exactly what she did. They were gorgeous.
Yeah, and in the morning as well, because we never mentioned the girls who did hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Because they're Cove girls as well, aren't they?
Yeah. Mairead, a long time friend.
Mairead seems to do hair and be at weddings.
Yes.
More than just do hair.
Yeah.
Like I saw her the last day at wedding morning. I think it might have been the first wedding morning ever that I didn't see her. Make sure.
No way.
And to be fair, she spends hours with the bridal party getting everyone gorgeous, and then she is to half an hour
to draw herself together.
And Shirley with the makeup. I'm sure there was no one else you'd go to.
And they had you fabulous looking. In fairness, they did.
They're amazing. But again, we were just surrounded by people that we,
because the girls
respected.
as well.
Yes. And it just made that morning way more comfortable.
Okay.
for me. It was.
It's important to enjoy it all though. From the getting ready, the forgetting the suit, to walking up the aisle, to everything.
Yeah.
Even, do you know, going as far back as the preparation.
Okay.
We got everything out of the way very early, didn't we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Band, yourselves.
Yeah.
The only things that we left kind of, I would say late even, was the flowers, but they were the last thing to be looked at anyway.
But it was still months in advance.
She probably had a window where she was like, come to me at this time and talk to me about what you want for her own kind of schedule as well.
We weren't the month, 2 months, 3, 4 months before thinking we need to do this.
You can enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like the cheese was the week of,
you
know, but
because you're getting it fresh.
That's different.
But it's nice advice to people that they
stress,
can do the bulk of the work, get it done,
Absolutely.
and then you don't have to be living it. If it's not your thing that you don't want to live a 2 or 3 year engagement, that you can kind of like, you can just do the big stuff and then come back to it when you need to.
And like we didn't have to touch the Radisson, the centerpieces, everything.
Oh, it's not
That's
needed.
a big thing, you know, that we weren't there the night before setting up anything, and they were great. A few days before we could drop our few bits and pieces.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
And it was fab, and obviously we'd seen yourself and Benny Frashton and Martin's wedding, and I just remember you slotting in so well.
Crack though that day.
It was, it was just.
I always find it really nice though when it's like you get to go back to a sibling's wedding though. It's so nice because you kind of like there's a strange relationship, but it's a relationship with the family already because you've met the parents. You've met the siblings before. You kind of know their personalities. You might even have been in the house before. You're going back to the same morning for episode. It's lovely. It really is lovely.
No, it really makes it just having suppliers that you click with and you're comfortable with, because it's a special day, isn't it?
But I'd say the two of you, like if you were to go back and change it, you wouldn't. I say
absolutely not.
Like
not even forgetting the suit.
Oh, here we go.
Go on, tell us the one thing. Go on, because it might be something actually that we could have done this.
So all along I said I wouldn't regret not getting a videographer.
Okay. But probably just for, particularly the speech, getting
just for the speeches,
video.
Yeah,
that's an interesting one.
That's the only thing.
Looking back now and remembering it, you're like, I wish I could.
Like there was over 100 whatever people there. We got plenty of videos.
But that's a great bit of advice. So whether it's people always say, whether it's a grandparent that's passed, or whether it's a kid's moment, they're kind of like, I wish I got a video for something like that. And that's the key moment that it is.
And you were very adamant that you wouldn't regret it.
Because I'd seen your pictures, I was like,
that's enough.
Anything we need, they'll capture everything.
And probably with the 360 and seeing all different things, it's different than a photo, isn't it? Video is different.
Well, you see, this is it. And I think this is what a lot of couples do. They go, sure, I have a photographer, I don't need a videographer. They're completely different things. It really is.
And it's probably the only, I wouldn't say I change it. It might be a tiny bit of a regret, but just for
a nice add-on it would be,
because he nailed it.
And Fia and stuff.
And what I'd say to, again, people probably don't realise as well is, audio is as important as the visual in video, and when you're saying you're mad for music and it just triggers something in me, so it's like even the songs and stuff, and then seeing the day back, it's a different experience. And then if it's the voice, the speaking, or a moment in the thing, so it's like that's a nice thing to kind of give a heads up to people. It's like it's not like you still have those memories and stuff, but like just to have the audio or the visual.
Like it was such an amazing day, and it, like everyone says the best day of your life or the greatest day of your life. It actually is. I woke up the next morning and I was like, I want to do that again.
Brilliant.
I think we were trying to plan a wedding that we would have loved to have been guests at as well. And you're afraid that you're not going to get that experience on your own day, but I feel like it
can easily happen if you don't communicate with everybody around you how you want to spend your day and time your day right. And you timed the day right, you had the ceremony early enough and the bell call late enough that you had time to do everything you were doing. And that's like, I can't stress to people how much it's so important to give the time to everything. And if you're not sure about how the timing works, ask your photographer. They're there all day.
Exactly.
They'll tell you how long it takes.
You were like 100%. The wedding planner, the structured. We need to...
No, but you had already done the timing though. You had it, in fairness to you. You did, in fairness.
We definitely couldn't have done the day without you.
I know, you would have been fine. You would have been
totally
totally
fine.
I don't think so.
Would have been inside anyway if it wasn't.
She probably would have been
no
inside.
suit inside.
Would have been,
Shorts and t-shirt.
Literally on the phone going, if I get there, seats are inside. I don't think I've ever argued with a venue in my life, but that day I argued on your behalf.
And thank God you did, because I didn't have the balls to do it myself, you know?
Yeah,
you just...
But sure, like, you know, what were we doing thinking we'd get married outside in Ireland anyway, to be honest?
But you
I
did.
know.
You did, yeah.
We went to a wedding about, 7 or 8 years ago in October in Killaloo, and it was outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do those random
It could be that, like you
days.
say, it could be any month, and it could just be amazingly outside, or it can be lashed out in Ireland, lashed out whatever month.
But you got really lucky last year, because July was the wettest summer
right.
month that we've ever seen. As in, forget outdoor ceremonies, we weren't getting in and out of cars without getting wet.
Yeah.
And you literally just crapped a week out of it.
Yeah.
You got so lucky.
It was, yeah. Somebody was looking.
Definitely someone's looking
down
after you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But guys, thanks so much for coming in and sharing.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And the best of luck now with 360 and me.
Yeah, 360
Okay,
minutes.
we'll see you out.
Go on. Have a shameless plug there now. Is there a website? Is it Instagram? What's the big contact places?
Get us on our Instagram, and we've a link tree on that. You can find all our
yes.
details on.
And it's 360 as in 360.
360 and me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Go on.
Legend.
Follow. Yeah.
Give us a follow.
Thanks.
Thanks a million for having us.